since y'all won't leave me alone about how I do my fucking makeup, let me show you. I find eye bags to be sexy for some, I don't fucking know why, but so I like to accentuate mine, and I just use purple, brown, and like red eyeshadow and just kind of go over them and focus on the outer part of my eye. Then I just take all the colors I used on my eye and put them on my nose. Then I just go over the same spots with like a dark purplish liquid lipstick, and I put on my lips. Then I take black eyeshadow and make like a C on the outer part of my eye and angle it down so my eyes look droopy. I guess I'm deepening up the eyeshadow again. Alright bitch, liner, mascara, highlighter, and a little bit of glitter, and boom.
Because you're feeling alive. At first, when I see you cry, yeah, it makes me smile. Yeah, it makes me smile.
Hit it, sisters. I'm gonna cast a spell on you. You're gonna do what I want you to. Mix it up here in my little bowl. Say a few words and you lose control. I'm a hex girl, and I'm gonna put a spell on you. I'm gonna put a spell on you. I'm a hex girl, and I'm gonna put a spell on you. Put a spell on you. You feel the
This is for everyone who comments under my videos. Aw, I wish I could do my makeup like that, but my eyelid space could never. Neither can mine, so here's how I do it. Cover about half your lid in concealer, but then to carve out an even bigger lid, go up into the eye socket partially onto the brow bone. Cover that with whatever eyeshadow, it doesn't really matter. Then use eyeliner to create a big ass wing. You can either draw a straight line into the eyelid, but normally I go up on the brow bone to make it more dramatic or whatever. Bring that straight down onto the lash line and then fill. Buff out the harsh line this creates with a black shadow and curve the line. Put a thin band of liner across the rest of your lash line. Highlight your under eye bags with a red shadow to make yourself look a little more sickly. Tightline the outer half of your waterline with a black shadow and highlight your inner corner with a shimmery shadow. If it tickles your dick, you can make under eye spikes. I like making mine look like gigantic lashes. And finally, add some mascara. If it helps, I really just do my eye makeup kinda like a drag queen, so do with that what you will.
I think a lot of us would agree that black eyeshadow and black eye looks in general are really intimidating. But if you're into trying out black eyeshadow, I'm going to try to give you some tips today that'll make it seem a little bit less intimidating. Tip number 1, use a black eyeshadow base. Don't use your regular base, use a black base. This is going to help with fallout, and it's going to help intensify the black pigment. So I've placed my black eyeshadow primer in the exact precise areas that I need it. I also went ahead and added an extra bit of powder under my eyes to catch any fallout. With a flat packing brush, I'm taking my favorite black eyeshadow and just setting exactly where we put the black primer. Once you got that down, you're going to take a small blending brush and just buff out the harsh edges. To further buff out the edges, you can add a light brown shade to get rid of all the harshness. This is what we're looking like. For the literal hell of it, I'm going to add black glitter. Damn, love that. Now add some lashes, add some black eyeliner, and some more black on the bottom. Is this for everybody? Absolutely not. But is it fun? Yes.
So this drawing started off as a normal portrait, right? I thought I'm just going to draw the eyes, the nose, the mouth, you know, sketching a head, and I'm going to be done. But halfway through, I thought, this is kind of boring. You know, I draw a lot of portraits, and most of them are just really plain. So I decided for this one I'd spice it up and add some fish. I kind of added to the whole underwater effect by making her hair look like it's floating. And then I began my favorite part, which is shading the drawing. I personally like to add really, really thin layers of pencil over and over again until I get the exact darkness and blending that I want. It definitely takes a long time, but honestly I think it's worth it. Drawing the fish was really interesting because although I drew the face in black and white, I still wanted the fish to have some sort of color, so I decided to shade them with Prismacolors instead.
Pigment Drops from Peaches and Cream is a mixing medium that allows you to turn any pigment or eyeshadow into a liquid liner. So you put a few drops onto your mixing palette, you mix it up with a small brush, apply as a liner, let it dry, and the best part is, it's smudge-proof.
I'm a motherfucker, leaning on the feet with my stick, buck, tap a bang up on my nigga till my wrist up. Bitch froze on my wrist up. Tell that boy I like the way I know you bitch fuck up. And if you swing, keep your fist up. Get up, pussy nigga tryna sick up. Chop and stuff that sound like bitch talk. And when it start to make a bitch talk.
Girlfriend, I think you need a new one. I'll be your girlfriend.
Do you think you could buy me a bottle of rosé? Okay, let's get it now. I'm with a bad bitch, please with friends. I don't
Try this trick and spin it. Yeah. You have a collapse that there's nothing in it, and you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind?
Round top lip. So the first thing I do is block off my Cupid's bow with eyeliner to make it flat. Then I take liquid lipstick and start to make it into more of a point. The more defined your Cupid's bow is, the taller the point you're gonna need to make. Connect that shit with the natural line of your top lip. Ooh. Now you want to round it out more, make it curvy, you know? Fill that shit in, make it circular. That's good. The darkest part needs to be in the little dip of your Cupid's bow, so slap a tight glob on that bitch, and you're good to go. Kim Possible head ass, you cute.
Play like poker, money like a broker. Yeah, check out my new Prada loafers. Yeah, my ghoster, I don't really know her, but she know me, cause I'm lit like a stone. Play like poker, money like a broker. Yeah, check out my new Prada loafers. Yeah, my ghoster, I don't really know her, but she know me, cause I'm lit like a stoner. Play like poker, money like a broker. Yeah, check out my new Prada loafers. Yeah, my ghoster, I don't really know her, but she know me, cause I'm lit like a stoner. Play like poker, money like a broker. Yeah, check out my new Prada loafers. Yeah, my ghoster, I don't really know her, but she know me, cause I'm lit like a stoner. Play like poker, money like a broker. Yeah, check out my new Prada loafers. Yeah, my ghoster, I don't really know her, but she know me, cause I'm lit like a stoner.
Maxo.
Blue jeans, gold teeth, Air Force Ones on my feet, red out, chain down, all the way to my knees. Tommy shirt, chain smack, long sleeve, underneath, head down, brown eyes, bucket hoop,
I'm the ice and covering his body. I wanna hold him so close, so tightly. Baby, I do, I say this politely. Love me harder and don't be nice, please. I wanna feel your crumbs on my body. I wanna break you in pieces like me. Baby, I've been so scared of lightning. Wanna hit each other.
Yeah. Dropped out of school, now we done rich. This sound like some 4301 shit. All my niggas wanna do is pop style. Turn my birthday into a lifestyle. Tell my mom I love her if I do not make it.
So this is how I do my eyeliner. First, make an outline of how big you want it to be. Make it kind of small at first in case you mess up, and then you fill it in, and then you just make the thingy go downwards and you draw a shape and you do that, and that's what it
There's a poem that she wrote and hid under the mattress, and if you find it, please leave it alone. With a picture she took of a girl on the subway with orange barrettes and the saddest face she's ever known. As Rachel starts to wonder, was it hers to begin with, or was it memory from someone else's sleep? Cause there's a hole in her heart that still harbors a question, whose answer just might break it, so she's hanging.
Now from the top, make it drop, that's some wet, that's some wet. Now get a bucket and a mop, that's some wet, that's some wet. I'm talking wop, 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 that's some wet, that's some wet. Macaroni in a pot, that's some wet, huh?
Chill out, what you yelling for? Lay back, it's all been done before. And if you could only let it be, you would see I like you the way
If someone offers you this, walk away. In 2016, a man was staying at his friend's cabin in the woods when he decided to go for an evening stroll. A little ways down the trail, he hears someone call out from behind his neighbor's house. He looks up and he sees this skinny guy pop out from behind the building who starts waving frantically at him to come over. Worried this guy could be in trouble, the man takes off running to assist, but when he gets close enough, the neighbor just offers him a fistful of Slim Jims and starts talking about how much he hates his wife. Sensing there was something wrong with this guy, he says no thank you to the Slim Jims and walks away. The next day, the man calls his friend who owned the cabin to ask him what the deal was with his weirdo neighbor. There was silence on the phone, and then his friend just says, "I don't have any neighbors." The police are called, and it turns out his neighbor was really some lunatic who had recently killed his wife and had been hiding out in the abandoned cabin next door. Once you hear why he did this, it will change the way you look at strangers. In 2018, a woman was out for a walk in the blistering cold when she saw a teen girl coming towards her wearing just pajamas and oversized shoes. Turns out it was 13-year-old missing person Jamie Close, and boy did she have a terrifying story to tell. 87 days earlier, a man had broken into her home in the middle of the night, killed her parents, and then taken her prisoner. He brought her 70 miles away to his house where she was kept under a bed and largely forgotten about. She was just there for no apparent reason. When her captor left one night, she managed to escape, and that's when she ran into this woman on the road. Jamie's captor, 21-year-old Jake Patterson, was quickly found, and he immediately confessed. And this is why he did it. On his way to work one day, he stops behind a school bus and he sees a girl get on. He doesn't know anything about her, and he decides, I'm going to kill her family and I'm going to take her. He had no motive, he had no criminal history. This was truly random.
Thank you for your love. Thank you for the heart. There'll never be a long and lonely night again. Thank you for your love. Thank you for the heart. Girl, please don't ever let me be alone again. Thank you for your love. Thank you for the heart.
Hey guys, a lot of you have been requesting a makeup tutorial from me, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm doing a trad goth vampire look today. I usually start out with a white base and then I go on top of it with my regular foundation. Trad goth makeup in particular is very unique. You want to look like you're a corpse, but you want to look fabulous while doing it. Angles in particular are very, very important in trad goth makeup. You want to make sure every nook and cranny of your face is accentuated, which is why I do angular brows and angular eyeliner. It's okay if you're messy sometimes. Concealer is your best friend. Plus, trad goth makeup is super eccentric as it is, so it's gonna really be hard to attract attention to the wrong places, if that makes sense. Get creative with it. Have a little fun.
How you like that? You gon' like that? Da 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 da. Like that? How you like that? Da 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 da.
Howdy, howdy. It's makeup time because y'all wanted it. Do a dance. It's mandatory. Primer, not mandatory, but I use it anyway because whatever. This is concealer. It's way too light for me, but it creates the corpse look. I put it everywhere because I'm broke. Too broke for foundation. I avoid my eye sockets because I want them to look deeper. I powder everywhere because it's hotter than damn Hades down in Georgia. Wow, that transition was awful, but check my previous video for eyebrows. I go in with a light grayish brown and I contour my face because I'm extremely insecure about it. You don't have to, but it can help. I like to deepen my everything, I guess, make it look sunken. And this is the fun part. You just dip into that same shade and you go fucking ham in those eye sockets. Make them look as deep as you can, baby. And then do the same thing with kind of a more purpley shade, like really accentuate those eye bags. And yeah, the rest of this is just dark shades. Wash your hands after you do this. I like to make it look like I got a nosebleed. And yeah, court.
Bag from Marcella, bad little bitch, she Spanish, speak no English, got no manners. So when I
I was 16, I used to work in a grocery store, and we had one customer that always came in who was very obviously mentally ill. And one day I was bagging her groceries, and she said to me, "Don't you wish it was back to the cotton picking days?" And I was like, And she was like, "Don't you wish it was back to the cotton picking days?" And I was like, "As in slavery?" And she was like, "Yes." And I was like, "Why the fuck would you ask me that?" And my manager was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "I'm gonna have to step away before I throw punch an elderly woman." And she was like, "Okay, go in the break room." A week later, we found out that woman had a heart attack and died. And I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
Ballin' off the chain swinging, diamonds bling. Hold up.
This is my natural makeup. This is my makeup for nights out, like concerts and clubs. This is the makeup I do alone in my room at 3 a.m. when I'm bored and have no one to show. And this is my makeup when I think the boy I like might actually like me back.
Yo, he don't know me, but he's setting up to blow me. Oh, said my Twitter picture, mine and my Naomi. Oh, wanna low, I used to holler at his homie. Oh, fucking now I'm about to ride him like a pony. Yeah, okay, Doug Polly, yo, come Polly. He wanna fuck a bad dolly and pop Molly. I hope your pockets got a motherfucking pot volley. Or is it that you never bow? John Sally, he had the rose in the voice, the tone in his voice. Don't want a good girl, not hoes, it's his choice. Dick on H, pussy on W, mouth on open, and ass on smother, yo.